Right, I thought it might be about time that we dealt with the basics of life. And when I say basics, I mean having to do away with the system, okay? The system that is in place that manages us, whether we like it or not in certain circumstances, okay? The system that government implements to order society according to just and fair and honourable rules, with which it tries, but it cannot fully do because itself is a corrupt body. And of course, when we look into the system that we're all under, we discover more and more corruption. Now then, one of the basics that we've forgotten and generally are not taught is that of ourselves we should think and accept of ourselves and realise of ourselves that we're nothing but wind and picking confusion at the end of the day. So we are. Wind and confusion. Ignorant gits. That we're always having to learn and more learn, unless one is a lazy old tosser who doesn't want to learn. But the good person, the honourable person, the person who values themselves, will always be seeking to learn. And that in itself shows that we are pig ignorant. As I said to a lady once, we are pig ignorant, utterly pig ignorant. I said, when were you in a picking pram, did you ask when you were hungry for a bacon sarnie? Eh? And then nip out your pram and go and make one? No. No, you didn't. You had to be taught. You had to be fed. You know, you're taught as a child how to do things. You gradually should be, by good parents, of course. How to conduct oneself through life. How to deal with the system. How to deal with that and everything else that we have to live with, that surrounds us, okay? So basically, once we become full of ourselves, cool man, and all this pigging business, we're not only showing that we are stupid, ignorant, self-possessed, vile, basically people, because the only persons we consider are our pigging selves. And that's wrong. Now then, let's have a look at this Lilly Singh, okay? This is a good example. I'll draw back. I've not seen all the footage on this because the first part is enough to want me to throw up, quite frankly. But this attitude of this young girl is the attitude that is rampant in society today. Here we go. Cool, man. Look, I'm drinking.
You know, when something horrible happens in the world,
really?
You see the rise of two types of people.
Really?
Number one, people who don't let fear divide them and instead choose to come together.
Right.
And number two,
right. Yes,
racist
boss.
idiots who don't deserve an internet connection.
Like you.
And here's the thing, right? I just don't like when people are bad at things. If you're going to be racist, at least do it right. Now look at this comment under my YouTube video.
You're racist.
Go back to your country, you terrorist Paki, Afghan Indian Muslim slut. Hashtag make America great again. Now, I don't mean to discourage Merrick. Okay? He seems like a great guy. But your stupidity bothers me. Okay? First and foremost, let's make education great again. In fact...
Let's make education great again. Let me just go over this again. Just hang on.
You know, when something horrible happens in the world, you'll see the rise of two types of people. Number one,
Two kinds.
people who don't let fear divide them and instead choose to come together. And number two, racist idiots who don't deserve an internet connection.
Right. First of all, that is disgusting. That is foul. That is ignorant. That is probably the worst statement that I've heard in ages. They don't deserve an internet connection. What did thousands upon thousands upon thousands of souls do within the Reformation for a start? Because that gave us freedom. It's what's known as the Protestant Reformation. Gave us freedom. People laid down their lives, thousands of people, so that we could have freedom of speech. And she, this ignorant person, says we shouldn't have freedom of speech. That is one of the things, ladies and gentlemen, that the Reformation, the Christian Reformation, when Christianity was Christianity, not as it is today, it fought against that beast, Romanism, to give the enslaved persons freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom from that pigging system, that Roman system, the Holy Roman Pigging Empire. That was basically communism. Bowing down to this pigging thing. People were burnt. Huss was burnt. Latimer and Ridley were burnt. There was 380 that we know of persons burnt. Regardless of those Waldensians that were pushed over the pigging cliffs in France, etc., and all the pigging wars that Roman so-called Catholicism did against this pigging world, and then claimed it was Christian. It was no more Christian than Donald Piggingdrock. Okay, this one here wants persons not to have free expression. Okay, some people naturally misuse freedom of expression. Freedom of expression is to be controlled by morals and ethics. Not blurted out like this comment that she's made from, well, somebody else made, she's read out. Okay, that type of person that makes that comment isn't worthy of any note. Okay? But she's so uneducated while saying we need education, as she makes herself openly a hypocrite. Carry on.
And here's the thing, right? I just don't like when people are bad at things.
I don't like. Oh, when people are bad at things. Well, you've just made yourself bad, you stupid so-and-so, in not understanding history, not understanding where your pigging freedom came from. This is the arrogant, self-possessed, wanting fame, people to take pigging notice of her, person that we have in society. Do you know, if we're going to say something, we'd better say it in truth. What we say should be able to be backed up by truth, because it should come from truth. That's what it should come from. And so far, she said nothing of any truth, of any worth, of any value. Nothing. Only hypocrisy. And saying one thing and she's doing another in her own arrogance. I'll just come back in a second and we'll deal with the main specific topic here. That is racism.